I can't believe you made it back again. Well, actually, if you're watching this as the first in a line of episodes of all of this, then perhaps you should go back and have a look at, you know, all the other stuff that's happened. And there's a thing floating around somewhere. It's probably over there. Could be above. I don't know. It'll be there though. You know, to get you caught up on what's occurred. Running, all that jazz, everything else. We're now back at the stage, or we are at the stage where we've got to finish putting things back together. We had a few issues around lamps and sorting those out. Now, rather than stick a couple of LED torches in, which is, you know, we've got to put these headlamps back. And the headlamps that were in it, well, I was always going to replace, because they delaminated. And there was no coming back from that. I should have sprayed them a while ago. And I ordered a couple of headlamps online from the Evil Bay. And yeah, wouldn't you know it, it was all shit. The one is serviceable. The one's been coated in clear coat, 2K clear coat, which is brilliant, by the way. It looks fantastic. I've managed to get hold of another headlamp, and that one looks pretty good as well. So that's got to get coated. And then they're going in. And then when they're going in, everything else is going on. I've got to do the wheel arches. And then when the wheel arches are done, we should be in a position, or gear gate, I've got a few bits to do inside, but we should be in a position to lower it down and see if there's any snags in terms of the way it's sitting and the way it's cutting and the way. And then might actually see if this gearbox works. Anyway, let's have a crack. Now, I always try and keep a clear coat kit lying around. I mean, this one's got to be a good 2 or 3 years old. So, has it got a best before on it? Oh, it says something about 2020 on there. 21? I don't know. Anyway, so that's obviously fine. I like to make sure that everything is done as it should be. So we've got all the proper equipment. Let's see what we got. There we go. Oh, let's clean it up. Now, I'm not breaking out the good spray gun for this. I'm not breaking out the Devil Bliss. I'm not. This is getting my tractor gun. Ooh, glove. Oh, that's better. So we don't need a lot, you know, because that's right. This stuff is supposed to be 2 to 1. Right. Looks like snot, but trust me, it's good, you know. And it's about 12 degrees in here, so it's, you know, perfect temperature for spraying. Now this has gone a bit crusty, this has. So we need to be careful with this. 2 to 1 we say. 2 to 1, 2 to 1, 2 to 1, 2 to 1. Perfect! Oh! Spilled a bit. I could crack out a mixing stick, but yeah. So this was the first one, and there is a little bit of a run on the top, but I'm not even going to notice that because, you know, I'll be in the car. Bit of standard. What we set to? Oh, it's perfect. We've got no control over that anymore. This is one of these cheap Chinese guns that, you know, doesn't do a bad job. It's not the end of the world. It does what you need it to do. Do you know what I mean? I gave this one a bit of a polish with the old G3, the old auricular, and as a result, you always want to try and give it a bit of a wipe down with the good stuff. Jesus Christ, this smells amazing. This is to make sure there's no grease or wax or crap, because you're inevitably going to get a load of crap on it anyway. And now the insects have started up again, you're going to get those. So no, we're going to do it on the deck, because obviously cleanliness is very important. Right, we're live. Brilliant start, brilliant start. What I'm doing here is banging a light, they've already got some crap in it, banging on a light coat, well, 2 light coats I should say, giving it a little bit of time to go a bit tacky so it doesn't build up too much and run, and then I'm going to bang it with a better coat. Hey! Immortalized! Well, nothing you can do about it now. Whilst all that stuff is drying, and I'm probably going to have to get in and out of here a little bit more, I'm not putting the wheel arches back on just yet. What I'm actually going to do is put the wheels on it, drop it down, and see what type of motion we got before we start tidying things up, and actually see if the damn thing will run out, you know, on the test track. Oh. It feels a bit better. This is a bigger knob than the other one. Maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, there we go. Right, well, if this is good enough for a GR3, it's good enough for my gear gator. Easy when you know how. Right, okay, so we've just run it back and forth a bit here. We've got a coolant leak. It looks like the thermostat, there's the bypass hose, so this hose here. Is it that one? Yeah, it goes all the way around there, the top, into the thermostat. That is leaking. It's leaking in there, so that's nothing we've done. It's, yeah. What we've also got, now we've run it, notice the camber? Now, it should not be that bad. It is significantly worse than it was in the garage. So all that's got to come back apart, and if it's continuing, or if it continues to be, or we can't fix that, because it's crabbing like hell, it's terrible. If it continues to be like that, then we'll have to basically go back to the Panda's Bilsteins. But yeah, so we only went up there and back, and yeah, we've got a few little issues that I didn't honestly see coming. Water leak. It must have idled for an hour, but I don't know. Oh well, them's the brakes. So you can tell we've come outside to the Mexican test track because yeah, it's raining. Of course, it hasn't rained in Mexico in, you know, aren't we special? So I have now wound this round to get as much out of it as I possibly can. We tested it in there. I can't test, there's no point in using a gauge on it now because we're not on level ground. But I put as much top into that as I possibly could. And the bottom line is that it doesn't look as if it was good enough. Now, there's a couple of things that we've got to do in relation to that. Should this not achieve the desired result. And basically it involves going back to the Bilsteins, the Panda's Bilsteins. Having spoken to the hive mind about exactly how this works and all of this and everything else, and no one's ever got this to work apparently, or not without modifications. Or so what we've got to do here is, yeah, that's where we are. It's not the end of the world, because what I'll do is I'll put the Panda's Bilsteins back on, redo it. It'll all, you know, and we've got both sets of anti-roll bars. We have got another issue in a minute, which when I see what this does and we'll run it up and down here and we get it back in there, then I'll make a decision on what we're going to do. But we're going to have to strip off the battery box and everything back out of it to get the thermostat, which is currently leaking. I'm thinking it's just a hose, which is a great thing because hoses can be quite easily fixed. But why it never leaked before it came out here, I got no idea. Mystery. But there we go. No, it's not loose. It's not. You know. Right. Let's see what happens now when we put this under weight. Now, does that look like negative cam? No. There's a tiny bit there. Not even there. It's not looking like maybe this we can save this, but it was undrivable as it was, so we'll get the other side done. We'll give it another run up and back and forth and see what it shakes out like, and then we'll put it back in there and I'll have a clean up in there first.
Jesus Christ.
You win some, you lose some, it looks like. The engine, gearbox, and that is a weight off, you know, it's knowing that it all functions. The turbo is a little bit, there's a funny noise to it that I can't put my finger on. It didn't do it when we started running it up, but it's doing it. So I'm thinking it's got something to do with this pipework. I'll investigate that at a later date. Everything else, I'll get on with the bad bits actually. The tracking, all of that, the wheel, like everything, dreadful. I've tried tweaking it, I've tried playing around with it. It is so bad. This, as it is, would be undrivable. The only thing I can do to resolve the camber issue at the moment is go back to the Panda's original Bilsteins. They weren't bad, but it looks like we've got to do something. So I'm going to clean those up, give them a bit of, you know, powder coating, and put them, because I don't want to buy new ones. I don't want to buy, they're only B4s. I might buy B6s if they fit, I don't know, depends on the deal. But given what I've seen and the availability of them, it's not happening. There was nothing wrong with the B4s though, it did handle well, this car. So we're going to have a crack at that. That's going to be the next sort of, and it's something to move to. We did also find we had a coolant leak initially. But then it went and it stopped. It's coming from the thermostat, the little clippy hose, the bypass hose that goes over the top. It's not the end of the world, however, it does mean that I've got to take the battery, the ECU and most of the wiring out. So I'm monitoring that and seeing what happens, because if it doesn't continue, I'm continuing to have shit off this headlamp as well, because the one that I sorted out and coated and everything else and thought, right, that's the one we would go with, because it rained while the lacquer was a little bit tacky. It's actually marked, the rain has marked the lacquer, which I looked at it and went, yeah, that's just, So overall, there's some good things and there's some bad things. The good things are, it runs, it drives, the transmission, all that, fantastic. And I'll be honest with you, I'd like to know what this is doing at the moment in terms of output, because it literally is something else. So when this thing is mapped, it's going to be, well, it's going to be a handful. Anyway, we're going to, and I've changed the position on the ramp a bit as well, so we can get it, I've put some thought into it this time. So we've got to chase some niggles, we've got to chase a leak, and we've got to see what we can do about the suspension. I got nothing better to do. Does anyone want a set of FSDs? So I started to look at this in a slightly different perspective. Now, I thought I'd make something to bolt on and do this and do that and and I've just realised that needs to be, it does need to be bolted on there. The fundamentals should be good to go, and I don't think that we've got too much of an issue in that this all should be good, and I'm good with either way, because this is undrivable as it is. So the only thing I've really got control over, because our camber, as we set it up, is obviously with 90 being straight up, so we're 0.25, is that positive or negative? I can't remember, I can never remember, but it's 0.25 degrees in, which is in scope, you know what I mean? And obviously it goes up, that's off, that's weighted camber, but apparently it doesn't get any better with the Bilsteins. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mess around with this tracking or this alignment, because I think that this is so far out, that's what's causing the problem. Now, what I've done there is, these are tool rails that I never fitted to something. White line being in the middle of it, so there you go. And can you see what we're doing? Yeah, of course. So what we're going to do is we're going to check that is we're a little bit oh. Oh. You're never going to get it perfect. Right, 0.05, I'm good with that. Right, 0.05, good, right. So we'll put that there for now. So what we should be able to do now is measure with this extremely accurate tape measure, pole to pole, on this, and we should be able to get a good idea, because if it was dead ahead, they should be the same. So we've got there 100 and centimeters, so we're in centimeters here, so that's 1425 millimeters, which is 3'2" to you Americans. So what am I talking about? That's 1457. 1457 at the back, 1420. So we're not just out, we might as well be on a different planet. Right. Is that 10 mil? Yes, it is. So that's over 30 mil. Ah, that's crazy. Now if we do it, because if we take that amount off this side, it's going to push it back, so we've actually got to do it by a quarter. Okay. What's going on with that? Come on. That's 1437 now. By Jove, we're getting there. Yeah, that brake disc is making noise it shouldn't. Okay, that's easy fixed. It's all tight. Turning circle's still shit. Steering's heavy, but I think it should be so. Okay. Alright. And nothing caught fire. Win. It's got no business being this cold at this time of year. None whatsoever. Anyway, so we've got quite a lot done, but still got a little bit to do here. I'm struggling with the washer bottle routing. I'm really not happy with it, and I figured that whilst we've still got, because I don't want to have to put a load of stuff back on after, so whilst I've still got the bumper off, and I can get at all of this, then I figured that it was a good idea to try and put something better in place, and rather than cut that bottle up, which is bespoke to the 100, I purchased a standard Panda one, which will actually fit, but I can do different things with. So I'm going to put a different neck on it, I think, and have it poking up through somewhere else. So yeah, that'll be hopefully solve this problem for now, and once we've done that, we can actually get the bumper and the wheel arches on, and then check out if the under tray will actually fit, or maybe I'll leave that off for a bit, I don't know. Then wheel alignment, then I need to get hold of that guy to tune it. I think we should have a crack. Much as I've enjoyed doing this, and it's been a proper test of a lot of things, especially my wallet, really looking forward to starting the next project, which is probably going to be significantly more work than I originally thought, but you know, it's not the end of the world. So we learnt the hard way with this right now. Is this just going to pull out here, or is it going to break something, or have we actually broken something there? What happened? What happened there? Ooh. What's holding it in? Come on. Right, so I'll do this. You might be wondering why I'm bothering to save screen wash. Well, so it doesn't go all over the floor, and this stuff's got meths in it, so it doesn't freeze, which was important a couple of months ago, and it's really bloody expensive. You can see what's going on there. Clever Fiat. And got it's stuck. It's stuck. Wiggle. Ooh, okay. Do an engine swap, they said. It'll be fun, they said. We've done it all before, they said. So if we had some sort of fitting there, or did it fit there? Oh, I've got to get some more batteries for this. Yes, and we're not going to win with that either. Because, is my finger in it? I might be able to. But I'm not going to be able to get the nut in there, am I? So that's basically not going to work. Now, never had a massively good experience with this stuff, or any two-part sort of putty. It definitely smells like epoxy. Oh, right, okay, that doesn't work. Well, it looks alright actually. And it is starting to go off. For all the money that this actually is going to end up costing, you might as well. I've just made one out of aluminium. TIG welded the damn thing. Shall I put a hook? No, I'm not going to waste a bloody hose clip on that. Right, I don't think there's anything we're going to do about it right now, so what we need to do is move on to the next bit, and that is what we were doing with this. And that was this, and we were going to make a plate to fit over that because I didn't want to cut and mess around with the fog lamp surrounds. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this out of this aluminum, and we're going to make it fit, and then we're going to do two. We're going to do a second one, and then we're going to drill some holes in it and see if we can get them to fit up. What I really need to do this is some sort of bandsaw, a bit like this one really, which hopefully lovely. If I can remember how to work the damn thing. Some progress. I decided to do something slightly different, and I don't have enough of the rubber edgy stuff, so yeah, I'm not quite happy with how I lined those up as well, but it's done now. So yeah, that's yeah, event, yeah, okay. So this is not the panacea. I thought that this stuff was going to be much more user-friendly. It just bloody isn't. This has been a nightmare, to be honest with you, trying to get this right in here, and I'm hoping that now we've actually got somewhere. So you can see what we've done, and none of it's touching anything other than that bit, and it might rub on that thing through there. In fact, it probably will, but I'm not going to worry about it, because, you know, and this stuff has gone off pretty good as well. It's supposed to have a certain pliability about it, but it's it hasn't moved. But we're about to find out now if it's actually waterproof or not. So what I'm going to do... Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So that you have to fill it up slowly. But it hasn't leaked from the pipe. So yeah, that's it's taken me over a week to sort this out, and it's, you know, I'm not going to say it's crap, but yeah, but you got to have one of these for it to be road legal. So, you know, that's where we are. Solid as a rock. Crap everywhere. So, do you like the genuine fake carbon? Yeah? Yeah, I'm quite pleased with how that turned out, actually. That's, I'm Unfortunately, what it has highlighted is this bumper's in worse shape. So at some point in the future, there will be a reckoning around the bodywork on this. Would you look at that? It could fit with a little bit of modulation. So we can fix it there. We can fix it there. We can fix it so we can get 6 points of fixing on it, which will be more than enough. Not something that do you know what? I can put the wheels on this thing, and we can fuck it off out here. I'm deadly serious. This is we got to move into next stage. This is shakedown time. This is, yeah, exciting times. Although, yeah, part of me is like, what am I going to do now? I tell you what I am going to do. I'm going to put the wheels on here. I'm going to put the number plate on it. I think I'm going to go for a drive. Obviously it's raining because, you know, Britain. I blame Brexit. Anyway, we got to give it a bit of a run. Now, we do have an alignment issue. The wheels are tracking straight ahead, but it's a bit, you know, yeah. And that's kind of where we are. Everything else should be okay, but we're going to take it nice and easy. Oh, that exhaust is quite loud. And it's wet as well, which is, you know, as I might have mentioned. Nothing's fallen off yet. Wow, okay, if I'm not talking, it's because, yeah, that was it really needs mapping. Oh, it needs mapping, but let me just mapping. I think the clutch is slipping. I don't know whether that's the wheels or the clutch. I can't, it's too bloody wet. Brakes are still working good. I got no words. No words at all. I'm kind of worried that the clutch is slipping, but there's that much torque going through it at the moment. It's actually it's having trouble looking up. Oh, don't do that. Right, we need to get some fuel. Well, that was interesting. Not exactly how I imagined the first run ending, but yeah, that's where we are. The clutch was slipping, which I figured was odd because that isn't a symptom of a knackered slave cylinder, but there you go. Now I'm hoping that it could be something simple, because you can see what's happened there. I put a wire thing on it to hold it in, and it was fine up until whenever, but if it was slipping, then that wouldn't make any sense. It would just be, you know, obviously it would cause a leak, but that's fair enough. But you can also see that we've got that, so whether it's forced fluid inside as well and it's come, I don't know. So it could literally be as simple as that, or it could be a knackered clutch. So what we're going to do is we're going to take off and have a look. Now I left the endoscopy device down the house, which is a bit of a pain actually, but so I'm going to clean this off. I'm going to put a new seal on that somehow. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. Well, let's push that pipe out of there. It's just not held it in properly. Ah, you learn some every day. That's mad that's happened like that. It's like it's pushed it so far out. It's alright, that.